The digestive system is a set of organs and glands that are in charge of digesting food, absorbing its nutrients, and getting rid of its waste. It is made up of the gastrointestinal tract and accessory organs. The gastrointestinal tract is where the food travels while it is being processed. It is formed by the times oral cavity, mouth, times esophagus, times stomach, times small intestine, times colon. The accessory glands of the digestive system secrete substances that help with digestion. They include the times salivary glands, times pancreas, times liver, times gallbladder. The oral cavity and salivary glands. The oral cavity or mouth is where food enters the body. Here, the food begins digestion, which is the breakdown of food into substances that can be used by the body. The tongue, teeth, and muscles of mastication, chewing, move the food around and rip it into smaller pieces. This is the first step of mechanical digestion. The salivary glands produce saliva, a liquid that contains enzymes that begin the breakdown of food. This is the first step of chemical digestion. Saliva also serves the purpose of lubricating the mouth and protecting the teeth and gingiva, gums, from harmful bacteria. There are 3 pairs of main salivary glands. 1. Parotid glands. 2. Sublingual glands. 3. Submandibular glands. Once food has been properly chewed and lubricated, it is swallowed, passing through the pharynx and into the esophagus. The esophagus is a muscular tube that connects the mouth to the stomach. It passes within the thorax, behind the heart and trachea, through the diaphragm, and into the abdomen. The muscles of the esophagus are smooth muscle, meaning the movement of food is automatic once the action has started. Waves of muscle contraction move the food down and into the stomach. This wave-like movement is called peristalsis. The same movement happens in the small intestine and colon. The stomach and small intestine. The stomach is a muscular pouch in charge of receiving and digesting food. This is where most of the chemical digestion of food takes place. The walls of the stomach contain glands that produce gastric acid. The stomach also churns the food through strong waves of peristalsis. After an hour or 2 of digestion, the processed food passes into the small intestine. The small intestine is a muscular tube about 20 feet 6 meters long. It is made up of 3 parts. 1. Duodenum. 2. Jejunum. 3. Ileum. The main role of the small intestine is to absorb the nutrient and water from processed food. Different parts of the intestine absorb certain nutrients more than others. As the chyme, processed food, passes through, it becomes more and more solid, turning into waste. The pancreas, liver, and gallbladder. As chyme, processed food, advances through the small intestine, it needs more digestive substances to complete the digestion process and make sure all the nutrients are absorbed. The pancreas is a gland found behind the stomach, under the liver, and between the kidneys. Its main role in digestion is to produce several enzymes collectively called pancreatic juice which help break down fats and proteins. The liver is an organ found right under the right side of the rib cage. Its main role in digestion is to protect the body from toxic substances, such as medications. It also produces bile, a greenish-brownish fluid that helps break down and absorb fats. The gallbladder is a small sac-like organ found pressed to the underside of the liver. Bile is stored inside the gallbladder before being released into the small intestine. The colon or large intestine. The colon is a muscular tube that makes up the biggest part of the large intestine. It is about 1.5 meters long in adults and is divided into 4 sections. 1. Ascending colon. 2. Transverse colon. 3. Descending colon. 4. Sigmoid colon. The ascending colon is found on the right side of the abdomen. Here, the processed food is passed down from the ileum, the last portion of the small intestine. The appendix, a small pouch that plays a role in the lymphatic and immune systems, is also attached here. The ascending colon bends under the liver and continues as the transverse colon. Then it crosses the abdomen and bends once more in front of the spleen. It continues as the descending colon on the left side of the abdomen, becomes the sigmoid colon, and finally the rectum. The sigmoid colon is S-shaped and located in the pelvis, directly in front of the spine. The rectum is the last portion of the large intestine and continues as the anal canal. The peritoneum is a membrane that lines the inside of the abdominal cavity and covers all the abdominal organs. Inside the abdomen, the peritoneum folds and connects the organs to the abdominal wall, holding them in place. These folds are called mesenteries. The double-layered mesenteries are responsible for connecting the organs to one another, fixing their position, while still allowing them some space to move. The lesser omentum extends from the smaller curve of the stomach and duodenum, first portion of the small intestine, to the liver. The greater omentum is apron-like and extends from the greater curve of the stomach and duodenum, covers the small intestines completely, folds under, and attaches to the transverse colon. The mesentery proper or mesentery of the small intestine is a large, fan-shaped sheet that attaches the small intestines to the posterior abdominal wall.